Well, good morning. I am back from my sabbatical, and it was an amazing trip and some alone time with God that I needed for Him to speak to me. And on my ride back, I started thinking about something that my 13-year-old son and I have been dealing with and going through, and it actually set me off to do this video. He's a very affectionate child, and he likes to hug you, and he's constantly telling us he loves us. But he falls short on proving it or showing us. And I've been trying to explain to him that when you love someone, you want to make their life easier for them. And so you younger people, if you're watching, understand your parents are getting older. There's a lot of things they can't do for themselves anymore. And if you could just do simple things for them, take their trash out, take the trash out to the road to be picked up if you have that issue. Keep your room clean your bathroom. If you see something around the house or in the yard that needs to be done, just do it. Don't wait for them to ask you to do it. When you just do it, that's saying I love you. That's saying that I want to make your life easier. And so, you know, talk is cheap. Actions always speak louder than words. So that led me to another situation I was recently involved in, where there's this young couple that just got married, and they already had a child before they decided to get married and move in. And talking with them and spending time with them, I could tell there was some issues in that dying of that single way, I guess you could say it. Because it is hard when you've been alone and you've been single for, especially if you've been single a long time and you're probably 30 years old now, all of a sudden adjusting to someone else in your life can be hard. And this is a very strong Christian couple. And so it was very clear they obviously just love each other a lot. But, man, dying of that self, that single self especially, both of them were stubborn and set in their ways. And, you know, communication for you young married people is the most important thing, other than having God in your life, of course. Communication and talking things out so you don't act them out. You know, if somebody ticks you off or hurts your feelings, don't just sit there and brew on it. Don't let it fester. Talk to them in a calm, nice way. And if it blows up, something my spiritual mother, Miss Lynn Elder, taught me is, we called it rule number 4. You just stop and say, okay, I'm going to take rule number 4 on this one. And you go in the other room and each of you pray, God, if I'm wrong, show me. God, if they're wrong, show them. And I guarantee you, within 30 minutes, if you'll actually stop and do that and let your flesh die down, you'll get an answer. One of you will come back and apologize without being prompt. So with that being said, the communication is just imperative. But there's something else. Men. Now let me tell you something. I was a stay-at-home dad. Yeah, I don't know how I got that gig, but I did. And 6 years. I was self-employed, had a motorcycle shop. My son went with me everywhere. I used to take him in a little car seat thing. He'd sit in between two Evo Harley motors and put a stick across them with wrenches hanging for him to play with. So I did it all. And my shop was at my house. So during the day, I did the dishes. I did the laundry. I wiped his butt and changed his diapers. I fed him. It was all mine. All mine. And I think every man should have to go through that for at least a year. It's kind of like going in the military. Every man needs to go in the military. Every man needs to change dirty diapers for a year and take care of the laundry and the stuff, because you don't understand. If you miss a day of laundry, then tomorrow you got 2 days. The next day you got 3 days. And it just piles up. Trying to feed people, trying to feed the kids. It's no sooner than you get them cooked and fed, you got dishes to do, and then no sooner than you get them dishes done, it's time for the next meal. So it's a never-ending battle. And the sooner you men know that, the easier you can make it on your wife. And the easier you make it on your wife, the more she will love you. That old saying, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Well, that is so true. Believe me. So I'm going to leave that with you men. Now, you ladies, I know a lot of you got a job, you work, and you're married. But your husband, he's out there working hard for you too. You two need to make sure I don't know what your arrangement is at home. Maybe he takes care of the cars. Maybe he takes care of the yard, and then you do the inside. I don't, But whatever your arrangement is, tell each other that you appreciate them doing that. Guys, if you're at home and she's at work and the kids got to be fed that night, go on and try to start some kind of dinner. I don't care if it's fish sticks, something. And you won't believe how surprised she'll be. Ladies, we men, we got all this testosterone pumping through us. And so we kind of got this ego and this attitude. And when we feel unappreciated, it makes us do stupid stuff. I'm telling you, stupid. So if you will just pump up our ego a little bit, tell us what you think, appreciate about us. Talk with us, don't talk at us. Because, man, that's the worst thing you can do. All this testosterone just blows up. And so I'm no marriage counselor, no marriage expert or whatever, but I've done enough of it and counseled enough of it that I've read up on it and learned about it. But mostly it's just life experiences, and a lot of it's biblical. I see so much going on in people's lives. Men, God told us to love our wives like he loved the church. And he means it. When we leave our mom and daddy and we take a wife, we become as one with them. And so if there's a family argument, you stay by your wife. You defend her. Even if you think she might not be wrong, defend her in front of people. Now, when y'all get home, you can communicate and discuss it. And if she feels that she was wrong, then she can go back and apologize for that. But you in the clear, because you did what you're supposed to do. You as one. How serious that is, if you think about it, or if you've read Job in the Bible. Old Job, man, he lost it all. Family was killed, children was killed, everything was killed, everything lost. His animals was killed, boils all over him, lost his friends, lost his money, lost everything but his wife. You know why? Because Jesus told the devil he could do anything to Job but kill him. Well, you know what? In God's eyes, he and his wife were married, so they were as one, so that bound Satan from killing her as well. That's how God feels about marriage. So, honor your marriage. Men, stay away from porn. I'm just telling you, stay away. Ain't no good in it. Your wife ain't never going to measure up to it unless you married a stripper or something. And if you did that, it ain't going to last no way, so whatever. But just being honest, keeping it real. Just respect each other and let each other know how much you appreciate each other, and take the time to stop and communicate. Take the time to stop and ask yourself, how can I make her or his life better today, and do something for them. And then maybe don't just do it one time. Keep doing it. All right, man. God bless y'all. Make it a great day, and peace out.